strategic management success with companies including Business Objects, Crystal Decisions, SAP, IBM, and Symantec. Before we begin, a few housekeeping items to review. Today's broadcast is scheduled to run 1 hour, which includes time for a question and answer period at the conclusion of the presentation. Your phone line will be muted throughout the webcast. Again, please feel free to submit your questions throughout the presentation via the Q&A box in your GoToWebinar console. Given that time will be limited, we will answer as many questions as we can during the live event, but for those that we cannot address today, we will follow up with you following the broadcast. This webinar will be recorded and the archived version will be sent to you by email within the next few days. So I'd like to introduce our host for today's webinar, Visior's Chief Strategy Officer, Dave Weisbach. Dave leads the overall solution success and strategy at Visior. Dave is a seasoned software executive who has experience ranging from building development teams to growing multi-billion-dollar businesses as a general manager. Prior to joining Visior, Dave spent over 15 years in the information management and analytics industry, which included time spent helping to build Crystal Decisions and Business Objects products and product strategy. Most recently, Dave was a Senior Vice President and General Manager responsible for business intelligence, enterprise information management, and data warehousing at SAP. Dave, over to you.
Great. Thanks, Melanie. So for this morning's webinar, we really want to try to have this as an interactive presentation. But before I talk a bit about that, I'm very pleased to tell all of you that we have with us today as our guest presenter, one of today's leading analysts in the overall human capital management space. And so we have as our guest presenter, Molly Lombardi from the Aberdeen Group. So Molly is Vice President and Principal Analyst of Aberdeen's Group's Human Capital Management practice, and has surveyed and interviewed thousands of end users to better understand the key challenges facing today's HR and talent management leaders,